And this is
Bitch, let's talk.
So for Pop Tart Roll this week, Janet Jackson is are going to be having a 2-night documentary about her life on Lifetime and A&E Networks. This is going to premiere in 2022. And this is actually going to be an ode at her 40th anniversary for her very first album that came out in 1982.
Nice.
And yeah, it's going to be from hits from Say You Do. I don't even remember that song. And Young Love. I don't know. Baby, I don't know nothing until Control. Like, I don't know nothing until Control. However, hopefully she will be executive producing. And because I have like true PTSD when it comes to Lifetime movies and documentaries, because they definitely have butchered Whitney Houston about 5 fucking times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it a documentary or?
It is, but it's like in 4 parts.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's like probably 2 hours per episode.
We'll see.
We'll see. I've never really got the backstory of Janet Jackson because she's very, very, very private. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and she was in the shadows of Michael Jackson.
Was she?
When starting out.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But she was like a child.
That's probably why we didn't get more of her.
Pleasure Principle is just life for me. So yeah, I'm very excited. But I just really want the story to be told very well. And I hope they can use original music, because that was the issue with Whitney Houston. Like they didn't have the rights to the music. So I don't know how you can do a documentary about a singer and not have music.
Right.
Make it make sense. That's why I'm like, I don't like these Hollywood loopholes where people can make shit about a person and the person's not involved.
Yeah,
and
so
make no money.
That's my question. Maybe she is involved.
I think so. She's smart. Like, ain't nobody gonna tell Janet Jackson's life unless she gonna be there to tell it. So we shall see. We gotta wait till 2022, honey. So we shall see. So the Grammys is actually airing tonight. I actually didn't even know about this until today.
Me neither.
I didn't get an alert. I didn't see any ads. I didn't see any placements. So Trevor Noah is actually going to be the host. I absolutely love Trevor Noah. And Jhené Aiko is actually going to be hosting the pre-Grammys.
My girl.
So I'm really excited about that. I don't know how that's going to work because she's so chill. Like, she's not a...
Yeah.
She's a very docile person.
Soft-spoken.
Yeah, like, she's cool. But yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do this with this panorama. I don't know if it's going to be virtual. I don't know if people are going to show up and it's just going to be like 30 people and they're going to be all spread out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It's at the convention center in LA this year, which is different. So maybe that's bigger. I don't know. I don't know, child. The Grammy's going to be on at 8 o'clock tonight if people are interested in watching it. I actually enjoyed it. Was it last year or 2019? Whenever Alicia Keys was hosting it, I actually really enjoyed her. You didn't watch it?
I have not watched the Grammys.
Why?
In years.
Years?
Yes, years.
Why?
Maybe because I didn't have cable or...
It's on CBS.
Well, yeah, I don't have regular TV. We just do that Netflix.
Well, actually, if you have Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Hulu Live, they actually will be also showing the Grammys.
Okay.
So they try and stop their game up.
I may watch it then.
Performances are going to be by Taylor Swift, Cardi B, Bad Bunny, DaBaby, Doja Cat, Billie Eilish, who I absolutely adore. Somebody named Brittany Howard. I don't know who the hell that is. Miranda Lambert, Little Baby, John Mayer. He's life for me. Shout out to all my Berkeley kids. Megan Thee Stallion, Maren Mars, who I also absolutely love, and Post Malone and Roddy Ricch. I actually like Post Malone more than I give credit for. I don't want to though. Like, I don't want to like him, and then when I realize all his songs, I'm like, oh, I actually
like you like the songs.
I like him.
Yeah,
well, the songs,
I didn't know who he was at first. Until, for a while.
Yeah, he's one of those artists. The songs are bigger than him.
Yeah.
He has his own Croc line out, and I've been trying to get these Crocs for almost 3 months, and they have been like sold out. You know how I feel about Crocs, and they've been like sold out. I don't know why. They're just Crocs, people. Can I just get my damn Crocs? But it's Crocs.
It's his fans.
I guess so, but they are a little cute. But I just want my Crocs, though. Can I just get like one available in a size 8? If y'all got to hook up, let me know. So we'll see. I have no idea how this is going to work in this panoramic situation. However, I know The Weeknd was like really upset because he didn't get nominated for whatever that last album was, and I don't know if he
needs to
should
sit
have.
down.
I don't know if the album was good enough to be.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I'm gonna let that black man be great because that's just none of my business. The world is so upset right now with the Kirk of the Franklin. Okay, Hunty, the tea on this has got me livid. Well, not livid. I'm actually living for it. So the backstory behind this: Kurt Franklin has an older son named Carry-On. He's about to be 33 this year. And allegedly, they've been having like a tumultuous relationship for years now. And he made this very long post, and it's like all on the blogs. And good old Kurt Franklin, curse this man out. No, granted, I actually don't know the backstory. He literally only showed a 7-second clip. But my issue is like he was sneaky about it and recorded the conversation he was having with his father, and he didn't even know about it. But the world is in the uproar.
Right.
But the memes, the internet never plays fair.
Twitter is.
Honey, they said Plies jumped out of him in that conversation.
I cannot.
I really do think that Plies is Kurt's, what do you call those things? Not avatars.
What?
Doppelganger.
Oh, I can't.
So allegedly, like, I don't know, it's just been a whole bunch of stuff. And then I was reading the blogs, and he was saying, like, please don't attack my father.
What?
This like,
he was asking for it.
Exactly. Like, why would you post a conversation if you didn't want people to attack him?
Right. He had a whole caption about, like, this is why we don't have a good relationship and da-da-da.
So I'm going to play the audio for you guys, and you guys can let me know how y'all feel.
Off a piece of paper. Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts saying some shit that's disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old.
What's up? I will punch your neck, nigga. Don't you ever disrespect me. I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
Okay.
It's so funny. I can't. It's so funny. How do you guys feel about this? Like, you guys heard the audio. Like, would you talk to your son like that? Now, granted, he's grown.
Okay, but my thing is, everybody's human.
True.
You have people or things that will push your buttons. He's a grown man.
True.
So it's beyond, like, if that's your son or, your child that you're talking to. It's another grown man. He's disrespecting him in some way. And it's his father. You should always respect, we would always respect your elders. So I think something happened to tick him off to that point where his son had to do something very, very disrespectful for him to get that loud. But it was a lot. But at the same time, I look at it as a grown man talking to a grown man.
I don't know. As someone who has a child and also grew up in the church, something that really bothered me all the time was the fakeness. Like, you want to be so holy and tell me how to live my life and do all of these things, but behind closed doors, that's what's really inside of you.
Right.
And when you're shook, it's what comes out that was already
Shows
inside
your
of you.
yeah.
That doesn't just, it's not made that way. It was what was already in there. So as a Christian, I'm not really in a Christian faith anymore, but as being a Christian representative and showing that was him representing himself and his faith, and like, I don't know. That's tough for me.
I agree with that part, and where critics will say, like, he's supposed to be this holy of the holiest, and he
like,
showed his true colors.
You can mess up, you can yell, you can raise your voice, you can, but like, he used a lot of words.
Yeah, and that's probably who he really is.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what I just go back to the point of, we are human. But that's a whole nother story about the Christian faith and the fakeness. And there's a lot of that in there. But yeah, I don't know. It's every story has two sides.
Yeah,
but it went a little further.
That went real far. Like they could have cut that.
Further.
You didn't need to have that. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine saying those things to my own son, even as a grown adult. You know, I don't know if I could speak to my son that way. I think I would probably just wait that one out for a little bit, especially if you're 33. You know, like why do I even need to?
What are we even having this conversation for and about? Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy. I don't know. That was a crazy recording. Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
You just don't expect it. I mean, they're definitely held like on a higher standard.
I was going to say, if it was someone else though, that we didn't know of that nature and we heard that audio, I wonder if we would have the same viewpoints. Or would the conversation change a little bit?
I think it'd change a little bit because, you know, him being Kirk Franklin, like he's representing himself, his brand and everything he stands for. It's more than a brand at that point. It's
very true.
You know, he's representing his whole faith, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I kind of feel like, one, to your point, like being a Christian and like living that life. But I think I would be remiss if I didn't say, like, everyone in the church has cussed their child out. You know, everyone's probably got smacked with the Bible, had the words coming out of their mouth. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what triggered him so badly. Because if you listen to the audio, he seems very angry. And he felt like he was disrespected. And then when you are dealing with, like, money and fame, that's a whole nother thing. And some of these children feel privileged where they feel like they don't have to do anything. Like, they feel their parents should take care of them because they are a celebrity and they have this. And so, like, of course I don't appreciate him calling him a bitch ass. But he might have been one. Because to me, I feel like family business is family business. And I do believe in transparency, but not to the world. Like, that's a very sacred thing, no matter how much, you know, how horrible it is. It's not our business. I shouldn't be listening in on private conversations between you and your father. But then you can't go around and say, like, please don't attack him. Like, I'm just telling my truth. And then you're, like, trying to plug your business and stuff, too. And it's like, it just seems like you probably got cut off from some money. And now you're trying to find a way to, like, make a name for yourself, but you're doing that in a way of bashing your own family. Like, you can clearly remove yourself if you hate your family that much quietly. It's none of our business, you know, because we can't do shit for you.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we can do to help except make it worse, you know, and then you're going to get other family members involved. Then it's going to be like this whole divide in your family because now you've put other people at the family table. That's not your family. And so I can't respect that as a 32-year-old man. That's just not how we're going to do things. If you never want to talk to your father again, that's none of my black business. However, I also shouldn't be privy to that stuff. And then you've recorded him without his consent. You know, that's not even legal. So it's like you're just doing things so backwards because I feel like you just want attention because maybe that source of income is not going to come to you anymore. But we just going to pray for the Franklin's child because we need to solicit all prayer warriors for them because this is ghetto. This is nothing but the ghetto. But don't get it twisted. Men who are that short, baby, that Napoleon complex is super duper real.
I mean, he can be crazy in real life. We don't know.
We don't know. I mean, because we just know about Stomp and, you know, Smile and Melodies from Heaven. But, baby, the internet doesn't play fair. They say when he made the song Stomp, they didn't know they made it for, it was about his son. I was like, no, don't be like this. And, you know, black people, we make fun of everything. But it's just one of those situations where it's like, I don't know what the situation is. And, baby, but it's funny to me. Like, it's just like, I just don't understand. But we just, we just want to list all the prayer warriors for the Franklins because this is nothing but ghetto mess. So for our Black Magic this week, It is going to be Greta Jackson. She actually worked as a part-time server at Outback Steakhouse for almost 20 years, and now she is the owner and the managing partner of the franchise in Roseville, Michigan. She is the first Black woman in Detroit to own an Outback Steakhouse. And she actually started when she was 18 years old. She was a single mother in her first semester of college, and she just worked her way up, and now she's officially an owner. So
Wow.
congratulations to you, Greta. I know
Yes.
that was fucking hard. It's just
Yeah.
one of those things where, you persevere, you put your mind to something, and you literally can do anything. So
Right.
now you can create space and opportunity for other people who were in your situation when you were struggling. And I know that's an amazing feeling to have. So congratulations to you.
Yeah.
So for our panel discussion for this week, we have this beautiful woman here. We're celebrating Women's International Month, which is March, which is now. And she is the owner of Reilo Seed, Miss Karissa.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. First of all, baby, can we just talk about the products? So it's so funny. We met through a mutual friend, my best friend, actually. Happy birthday to you, Jen, by the way.
Birthday, Jen.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Love you so much.
birthday.
And she actually was so kind to give me a sample of her product. Now, when people have products, you're like, yeah, I don't, your skin might be a little sensitive, but I've been using her stuff for about a month now, and I definitely see a difference, in my skin, and it's just very friendly to my skin. But the charcoal wash, like that wash is amazing, especially when I come from the gym and stuff a lot. I'm sweating, my pores are open, and it doesn't dry me out. I don't feel like I'm about to get a chemical pill and you got skin falling off. I feel super hydrated. It's light, and I'm not saying this because she's in my face. I wouldn't even bring her on the show if I thought the product was trash.
Excuse me, we gotta cancel.
Baby, this ain't it. You need to do some better chemicals. So tell us about it. What made you create this wonderful skincare line?
Thank you. Yeah. I've been in the industry for a while. I've worked for different skincare brands, and just throughout my career, I saw so many different things that needs that really needed to be met that I just wasn't getting from who I was working for. So it was just, many brands claim that they're natural, eco-friendly. I really wanted to elevate eco-natural luxury skincare. So something that's eco-friendly, something that's really luxe and feels amazing, smells amazing, but also was just natural, using natural ingredients and something that felt good when you used it. So a huge, huge opportunity that I saw in the skincare industry was clients who were super, super sensitive, but not necessarily to products. It was actually what was happening on the inside of them.
Baby, yes.
So a lot of things like eczema and rashes, breakouts, those can happen when you're stressed, when you're anxious. And so this saying came to me, ritual versus routine. And I kind of try to apply that in almost every area of my life. You can, cook with ritual. You can wash your face with ritual. It's turning the mundane into something amazing and sexy and lovely, and that's living your life in the moment. That's living in the now, and that makes you feel good. It stimulates something inside of you, and that it gives you purpose. It gives you, you're just doing all these things automatically and you're not thinking about it. Why not put purpose behind every step you take, every breath you take? When it comes to you're just washing your face. It's something that you do every morning, every night. Make it feel good, make it smell good. And then, of course, amazing ingredients to go with it in eco-friendly packaging. That was really important to me.
What inspired the name?
So Reilo is a compilation between two of my favorite ingredients that I use in almost every product. So reishi and aloe. So that's Reilo. And then I also use black cumin seed, and I also use CBD oil. So that seed is where Reilo and Seed comes from.
Okay.
Wow.
So black cumin seed is huge for me. It's actually one of my favorite supplements that I take internally. So I literally use it inside and outside.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the inside
Yes.
use, but never thought about the outside, the face. And stuff.
Queen Nefertiti was known for using black cumin seed in her ritual. And there was a couple of other queens in ancient times. It's been around for so long. It's very, it's kind of just now starting to become familiar in the United States, but it's been around for so long, and it's one of the most incredible ingredients, just internally and externally. It's very anti-aging. It's antihistamine, antimicrobial, antiviral.
Yes, come on.
It is
Come on,
everything. It's anti-everything.
That's awesome. So when you did your research, were you specifically looking for that ingredient, or you were just kind of looking at like what healthy things could we put, on our body?
So before I even started my company and I was working for the other brands, I kind of had like an outline as I was going through. It's easy for me to see what I want after I'm noticing the things that I don't want. So I was kind of taking note of all the things that I didn't like. And I was kind of like thinking like, okay, well, I could use aloe instead of these harsh chemicals. You know, I can use black cumin seed instead of, all of these harsh oils or chemicals. So it was just kind of countering. It was like finding the problem and then finding the solution. And one thing I love about natural ingredients is that they are so multifaceted. It doesn't just do one thing.
Right.
So it targets so many different areas that you're trying to, achieve, and it's incredible. So like aloe vera, so healing, it's so calming.
Yes.
But it's also, it seals your skin. It's like it's like nature's Band-Aid. So when you cut the aloe vera plant, it seals at the end. That's what it does. So it's great for broken skin. So if you're super sensitive and you can't put things that tingle or things that are going to be really active, aloe vera, it's calming, it's soothing, but it's antimicrobial, it's super hydrating, and it gives like this plumping glow to the skin, which I love.
It tastes horrible though. It tastes horrible. I did a detox, and that was the main ingredient. You open the leaf and then you kind of scrape it out, and then you put it into like a smoothie, and then you added pineapple, and baby, that wasn't it. It was horrible. The pineapple couldn't even cut it enough. It was so bitter, and I'm so used to like drinking aloe vera juice like from the Asian market. Baby, that's not the same. But it helps also with like constipation. It helps like with organ functioning as well. So not just like externally, it helps internally, but baby, you got to have a different type of taste bud.
Yes. And I think it depends on the plant too. Like if it's did you get one of the big leaves?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how they ripen and like, but I've had different ones that like, cause I've eaten it too. And, some of them are very, very bitter, but then some don't really have a taste. So I don't know if there's like a ripening or like
it might
age.
be. Well, maybe she was just an old Betty, because baby, that wasn't it. I said, I'm just going to skip this part of my detox. I'm going to do everything else. And I can eat dirt, wheatgrass, all that stuff, but that was it. It was just really gross. So when you made the products, like, what is that process like for you?
So I was really, really lucky to meet a local chemist here in Baltimore.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I just had a conversation with her. She actually had a CBD skincare line that I tried one of her products, and I'm, coming from a luxury skincare background, very, very picky on, like if I don't see that it's doing its job instantly or like feel, how it feels, I know exactly if I love it or hate it.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, wow, this is beautiful. And I wanted to know more. So I ended up kind of pursuing a relationship with her and just getting together and kind of running some ideas through her. And we ended up formulating the whole product line over the course of about 9 months in 2019.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. I was going to ask you, when did you get started?
It was really fast. I expected it would be a 2-year process at the very least. But I think because I knew exactly what I wanted, I knew exactly which products I wanted to have. I knew exactly which ingredients I wanted to use. So it was very, very specific with that. And then just the way she works, we worked so well together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was so meant to be, and the timing was amazing. So I launched in September of 2019.
Good for
Okay,
you.
good.
Yes. We love
Thank
to hear
you.
it.
Thank you.
But you also add like mushrooms and
That's
stuff.
what I wanted to ask that question. Like, how did you come across that, and why did you choose
mushrooms. And yeah, some of my ingredients are a little like non-conventional, but definitely like food related items. I love to cook. I love to eat. But no, mushrooms, first of all, they're so incredible. They're very anti-inflammatory. They're so healing. What I love about reishi mushrooms specifically is that they pull actually water from their environment, and they, in the skin, they pull it into the skin.
Okay.
So it's really great for people who are prone to losing moisture throughout the day. Yeah, me too. I get dry throughout the day, and I used to be very oily, but it's a non-oily way to stay hydrated. So it actually attracts water. So depending on what you're putting on, it can actually really pull in the hydration. But the anti-inflammatory properties are really incredible as well. And they help keep the skin tone really, really even. But again, just really gentle.
Yeah.
So gentle.
Sounds good. Yeah, I've never heard of that, so
Yeah.
I was very curious.
You're gonna have
So
to try
creative.
it.
So creative. So because she brought us some products in today, y'all.
Yeah.
So can we talk about the Morning Dew?
Yes, that is a part of a new line, Retrograde. So Morning Dew I created actually because of the pandemic. Okay, so this one was straight up because we were all wearing masks.
Yeah.
It was like the dead of winter. I was getting super dehydrated, but I was starting to get this mask knee. And
What is that actually from, though? Like, what actually causes mask knee?
It's because your mask is constantly touching your face, and if you're wearing makeup, and even if you're not wearing makeup, but just that transfer going back and forth, even just throughout the day, even if you wash your mask every day, having something touching your face and pushing back that whatever is catching on your skin. Keep in mind that whenever you step outside, pollution is instantly going on. That's why you have...
It's real, folks.
Yeah, even if you can't see it, So imagine just trapping that inside there. Imagine wearing dirt. Wearing makeup, and all of that is just trapped right in there. Not only that, but if you get hot or sweaty, if you're speaking, you've got moisture circulating.
Gotcha.
So anytime you're opening your mouth, you're actually losing moisture. Moisture's coming out. So that happens there. You start to get that moisture lock in, and it's just really really clogs the pores, and it ends up trapping bacteria inside.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really horrible, but at the same time, I was getting really dehydrated.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that was straight hydration, no oil. And so this one is just a lot of hyaluronic acid, algae, vitamin B12.
Okay.
I used black cumin seed extract instead of the oil just because I wanted that antimicrobial and I wanted that anti-aging aspect to it as well. I put watermelon and cucumber extracts in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'll let you feel it. It's really nice. So basically what this does is I use it with Soften. So Soften is the essence, and this one feels like a really dewy, silky water. I think you have Soften.
I do have Soften.
So
I actually put it on after my face wash. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you have like the hydration on, this is
baby, this is silky smooth.
Yes, honey. This is activated by moisture. So you can actually reactivate it throughout the day too. So I'll just give you a little bit of that.
So you need to put it on top of
You always put it on. If you're not putting it on top of Soften, just after you wash your face, make sure your skin's a little damp still.
Okay.
Because it
I
just...
love this. Like, it's so calming when you smell it. It smells really good.
Oh, yeah. So that's
I'm at a place of
another
peace.
part of your whole skincare line, the aromatherapy piece. I
It's
want to ask you
aromatherapy
about that.
infused. Yeah, so that that's part of the creating a ritual for yourself. When you go to use your skincare products, we have had those products where they're like very effective, very they'll be really like just very live ingredients, where you smell that and we're like, I don't want to smell algae when I'm putting my skincare.
Yeah.
Baby, no, I do not.
know?
That
Like,
stuff
when you-
stinks.
No, you get out of the shower, you want something that's refreshing, something that's really calming, and something that I'm really in tune with is my heart-mind connection.
Yes.
And the vagus nerve that runs through that center of your body is activated by scent, feel, touch, all of those things. And when you're kind of like creating that heart-mind connection, you know what you're physically doing, and when you're your intentions are aligning with what you're physically doing, it's kind of like being clear with your manifestations,
Come
right?
on.
Okay.
Because, baby, we manifesting.
Yes, and you got to be specific. So if you're not feeling good while you're doing your skincare, if you're just like, oh, this smells like shit, you know.
And they exist, trust me.
Or if you're like me and I feel like it's too many steps. So I don't have a skincare routine because I just feel like it's a lot. And every time I try different things, skin breaks out, sensitive. So I just keep it really simple. But I'm trying to find something, and this feels great.
Thank you.
How do you ease people into that, especially like with Dy'mond, like she, as she was saying, like because I feel like so many people, like that first 90 days, they always say like give your skincare 90 days first, but like sometimes you got to go through the struggle first before you can get to the promised land. So how do you ease, your clients into that?
I meet them where they are, first of all. Okay. If you have no skincare ritual, then we're going to start with a basic cleanse and hydration.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I'm not going to give you 6 or 7 steps to take home.
Then I get overwhelmed.
You're never going to do it. And it also might freak your skin out. So just easing into things, and this is one reason I do free virtual consultations, because I want to know what you're already using. And because being eco-friendly is really important to me, I want to know if what you're using, if it's okay, we might be able to phase it out and move you on up. It's like all about like upgrading you at that point.
Yes.
But I want to know what you're already using. I want to know how my ritual would fit into your ritual. And I take note of what you're using and the ingredients, and it helps me kind of choose which products to incorporate into what you're already doing. If you don't have anything, then I would just start you off with a cleanse and moisturizing ritual, so that you're just every morning, every night, you're getting into that habit of actually doing your skincare routine. Once you're doing that, it's nothing to add in an essence or a spray toner or a serum. You're just like, okay, I'll throw that in. Now I know I need a little something extra. My skin's feeling good. It's looking good. Now I'm ready for a little more hydration. Or now I want to work on these fine lines and wrinkles. Or now I want to brighten my dark spots. You know, it just depends on what your skin goals are. And, what and it's not just about your skin for me. Again, it's so much deeper than that. It's about how you're feeling. If you're stressed out about a 6-step skincare ritual, that's defeating the purpose.
Right.
But I also made it for those of us who are extra. Me.
Me.
Well, I have some friends.
So that you could layer and layer
onto this.
Yeah. So it's really easy to use, and I actually don't even have like numbered steps. I label them with moon phases.
She does. They're so cute, guys.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you. So, if you're starting off, if you just have cleanse and glow, you're like, okay, new moon, full moon. I'm not worried that I have step 1 and step 6. I'm not worried about what's going on in between.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like I got the new moon and the full moon. That's all I need to worry about. And then you got your little crescent moon you can put in here. And you can just build from there. And it's all about what your goals are at the end of the day.
Yeah, so
I really like that
so with
whole
the
process there.
CBD oil, like how does that actually affect your skin? Because CBD oil is good for like putting on a bad joint, child. You trying to get some manganese. It's good for you to oil them babies up with some CBD oil.
Yeah.
So what made you inspire you to, hey, we need to put this on our faces?
Yeah, so CBD is incredible for skin. First of all, we have an endocannabinoid system in our body that it recognizes when it touches CBD. We recognize that. That's why it works so well for us, and that's why it's such a good anti-inflammatory to take on the inside. But externally, it binds to our skin so well. So not only does it have its own benefits on the side, but it actually helps the benefit of all the other ingredients, because it's a delivery system. It's bringing it, with it, and it's able to bind to our skin. So I put CBD in my cleanser and my 2 oils, and I put them only in those 3 products because I put them in at a higher dosage. So the cleanser has 400 milligrams, and both of the CBD oils have 500 milligrams, which they're actually pain grade. So that's another reason.
Wow.
If you're suffering from acne, especially if it's really the painful kind of acne or like broken skin, sunburns. It helps not only to heal that issue, but it also helps soothe the issue. Physically, it feels better. So it's all about feeling good. And I wanted it to work on multiple levels. So with the CBD, I love doing that. I love being able to have it. Some people use this as a pain oil because it's higher. It's very high concentrated. And literally have people that just put it on their knees or put it on their shoulders. This is like my sunburn oil because honey, this works. I stayed in the sun. God, it's so bad because I'm a skincare person.
Yes.
And I was straight up in the sun all summer last year, and I spent like a day and a half just in the sand on the beach,
baby.
No hat.
Oh, you showing off. And you was burnt like an orange.
When I came home on my ride home, I literally couldn't even sit in the sunlight in the car. Like I had to have like the towels up, and I'm actually very tan. Like I'm very olive skin.
Yeah, you are.
I don't really burn that easily, but when I say it hurt, it was like I pulled the soften and the heel out of my trunk, and I was like dousing my chest and my shoulders with it on the drive home. I was like, I can't even like sit in the sun at any point.
Yeah, that's actually really crazy. Like you would do something like that.
I know. I was living in the moment, girl.
Baby. Sometimes you want to be sun kissed, and then you get kissed too much, and then you get burnt.
That was like the sun didn't shave for like
exactly. Exactly.
Aw. Well, at least it worked though.
No, it worked. It worked so well, and it was it was like a relief, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was really nice that I was able to just use that for that purpose.
Yeah. I'm so in love with all this stuff.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so, like, if you did a 6-step ritual, we don't want to overwhelm Dy'mond. But
Right.
for those who want to do a 6-step, how would your products go in order?
Yeah. So, okay, I have it designed so that we're always going thinnest to thickest when you're putting your products on. Okay. So your skin's going to absorb it that way the best. It also helps use less product. So when you're layering and using for example, I start with a spray toner, and that's like a really thin, like a watery type texture. And then you go in with soften, which is a little dewy type of a water. It's like really silky. But when you're layering, you can use less of each next step. You use less and less because you already have something on here. So it's grabbing it, it's pulling it deeper, and it's spreading it further on the skin. So my 6 steps, so it's cleanse, and then it's awaken, which is the aromatherapy infused spray toner, and then soften, which is also an aromatherapy toning essence. Then we can choose either Refine or Morning Dew. Refine is an eye and face serum. So this is really good for people who don't want to have a bunch of products in their line.
Yeah.
Because it's, or if you want to be really super extra and you want an eye serum and an eye cream. Okay, me.
Me.
So Refine is awesome for that. And then, or Morning Dew, you can use Morning Dew for your serum of choice. And then you would just choose one of the oils. Heal is my non-comedogenic oil. It has no scent, no fragrance. All it is grapeseed oil, pomegranate extracts. There's lycopene, and there's also the CBD. So, and some squalane as well for anti-aging. So that one, scent-free, just really easy to use. This one also works really well for razor burn. So, this is like my gentleman's starter pack is the cleanse and the heal.
Yeah.
Because if they're shaving,
I was going to ask you about that too.
Razor bumps, this heals them in literally a day.
Wow.
It's amazing. I'm going to show you a before and after picture.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have a 1 day before and after picture of someone who had shaved, and then the next day it was completely clear.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how do you do that? Like, because men don't take care of themselves. They're like so raggedy. And so, like, what would you recommend for the men who listen to the show? Like, what different products to use, and like what will be good for like the ingrown hairs and things like that. There's a lot of bald people. I don't know what's going on with the men. There's a lot of bald young men. I won't name names, but but when it comes to like shaving and like clipping their hair off, they always get like these ingrown hairs and like that nasty, those razor bumps. They look like barnacles on whales.
Yeah.
Yes. So what do you recommend for them?
I'm going to show you the picture right now. No, the cleanse is great because, okay, you're getting in the cleanser, like what you said, it doesn't make you feel dry and irritated, but you're getting that detox with the charcoal. So you have the charcoal, you have black cumin seed oil, you have aloe vera. So you're getting healing. You're getting a gentle exfoliation, like a deep cleanse. You're getting anti-aging. There's also blue tansy, which helps with sunspots and age spots.
What's blue tansy?
Blue tansy is one of my favorite ingredients because it's, first of all, it's related to the chamomile plant. So it's very gentle, very therapeutic. It's actually a yellow flower, but when you extract the oil, once it hits like oxygen or something like that, it turns blue. I can't remember exactly why it turns blue. Demi is going to be like, my chemist is going to be like, no, girl, that's not why it turns blue. But it turns blue, so it's blue tansy, and it's very high in vitamin C. So vitamin C, some people are really sensitive to it. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
So I was scared that I might be.
Yes. So that's why I use it through blue tansy, because it's such a gentle therapeutic flower.
Got you.
So you're getting all of those benefits with that. So having a cleanse, like with men, especially the ones that some men really take care of themselves. Some are really getting into skincare. But some don't even have a routine or a ritual. So I always
put
start
Dove
them.
on their face.
Exactly.
Dove.
Dove.
That's their face wash.
Yeah, it's like the same thing that they use for their body.
Yeah,
they use for
the
their
Axe
face.
thing. Yeah, it's like the 3-in-1. Oh my god.
No, we don't do that.
Please don't.
No.
If you're using Axe, the 3-in-1, stop right now. That's not it. Stop being lazy. Get a routine, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely always recommend like cleanse and heal, because those ingrown hairs, like the heal, it literally works magic on them, and it has no scent, so they don't feel like I'm putting something girly on my face, or
right?
like,
Exactly.
anything. It's just really simple, very straightforward, super easy. Like most people can just throw an oil on and keep it moving.
Yeah.
So the oil is really great for that. The detox works well for that as well. It has a little bit more of a scent. It has peppermint, and it has meadow foam. It has black cumin seed oil in the detox, ginger, turmeric. So all of those things, they could honestly choose one of 2 oils. It doesn't really matter, but I always start the guys off with the cleanser and one of the oils, either heal or detox.
Would you recommend before the shave or clipping, or after?
I would wash before.
Okay.
And I would shave on a clean face. I wouldn't have any oil on the face when I shaved.
Okay.
I would wash and then shave, and then I would wash again, honestly, just to keep it, instead of doing like the alcohol swipe, know how people do.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
only just to disinfect.
Right, exactly.
So just wash your face and then press a little bit of the oil in and keep it moving.
Okay. Then what about the beard?
So it works. The oil works well in the beard as well. That's why I always recommend the oil, because it's so easy for the guys to use. They can put it on the back of their neck, like after a shape up or something. You get a little haircut. You can put it on your hairline. Put it through it in the beard. Actually, detox smells really good for that.
Okay.
And it's a plus if you're giving your girlfriend a kiss or something. You're
Yes,
gonna,
baby, you smell
irritate her
good.
skin.
Yes.
You're gonna smell good. You'll be all soft.
Yes. I'm telling you, you'll get much more ass that way. I promise you.
100%. 100%.
I promise you. Now, with like face masks, because this is becoming a thing, are you moving in that direction? Like, do you see yourself making that product, or do you have any like products you would recommend in conjunction right now to go with your products?
Yeah, so I am creating a mask line, and exfoliation, and a mask line. It's part of retrograde. So retrograde is all about reverse aging and detoxing, getting rid of like all the stuff that's kind of basically aging our skin. So that's going to be launching soon, a face mask and a peel. But right now, what I usually use is I take the cleanser on dry skin, and I just put it straight on, and you can mask with it. I have a lot of clients that mask with the cleanser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it just
So
automatically hardens?
Yeah.
It doesn't harden, but you don't need your mask to harden. So when you put it, like I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
Because I can mask with my hand. But just like that, you just go here and just rub it in. It turns kind of gray. Once it has like this gray, like thick layer, like boom, that's your mask. You can steam with it.
Oh, gotcha.
It actually looks like a mask right now.
It does.
It's
actually
really thick. It's really thick, and it's really nice because it actually goes deeper into the skin. So what you're gonna do is after you leave this on for like to 10 minutes. You add some water to it, and it's going to break it down, and it'll actually go in and pull it out.
Right.
Go in, you're kind of like,
Gotcha.
you're like flushing your skin with like the water, and this is thin enough to actually go in and pull it out. So I love masking with this. It kind of has like a cooling sensation too
Gotcha.
when you leave it on, which is really nice. So yeah, I love to mask with this one.
Now, when you say putting water on, what's the temperature?
You know what? I'm not really super like picky on that. I usually do like lukewarm water.
Okay.
I like to sometimes switch it up, like where I'll steam and I'll like, you know, get like some hot steam going on my skin, open my pores up, do a nice cleanse. I always double cleanse. But I usually wash my face with lukewarm water, and then I'll just, at the end, I'll splash it with cold water.
Okay.
Which just kind of like tones
Close.
it and
Yeah.
tightens the pores, which is nice. It feels good.
How do you feel about putting like ice on your face? Because I don't know, I was like on TikTok, and it was a lot of people saying like they ice their face to kind of like shrink their pores and like helps with wrinkles. They just use like an ice cube around it, and I find it very hard to believe.
I haven't tried that specifically, but I'm also not super trendy, to be honest. I'm not super trendy, but I know that people have done that for a long time. You know, it's not like a new thing that people are doing. It does, you know, it's good for your skin. Cold water is good for your skin. It's good for your immune system, actually. So,
Really?
you know, yeah, it's taking like a cold shower, like a quick like cold bath or like a cold plunge.
I can't.
It's so good.
can't.
I've done it before. I like it. But
You're crazy.
I have to be at a bathhouse. Bathhouses.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, because it's like hot. You get the hot, and then it
Right.
gets so hot that you want to just dunk in
Exactly.
some cold.
Yeah, that's different.
And that like that dynamic to me, I love that. It feels so good. But yeah, no. Like sometimes I'll sit in the sauna and then I'll jump in a cold shower. That feels good.
That
to me.
makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
'cause,
But
like,
I can't
have
just
to
get
be
in a cold shower.
Yeah, I have to be hot enough to want the cold shower.
Exactly.
Right.
So, but yeah, the cold is great for your skin. I do love. I have a crystal. It's a clear quartz crystal massage tool for your face, and something about like real stone is you'll always know if a stone is real if it's cold on your skin.
Really?
So they always stay cold.
So even if you're rubbing it, like rubbing in the serum on your face,
It might warm up a little bit just from the friction and like touching your skin, but if you just go like your stone is just sitting somewhere random, like doesn't even matter if it's a summertime or whatever. You just when you touch it to your skin, it'll have a cool.
And if it doesn't, that's ceramic.
Then it's not real.
Okay.
Oh, my crystal people.
You better,
go check your crystals, baby.
everyone's gonna be like putting their crystals on their face. Like, is this real?
Baby, I'm about to go home my damn self and be like, hello.
Yeah,
Baby, you brought me glass. I don't know what this is.
exactly. Yeah, so I like that. Like that's the only really cold tool that I'll put on my skin. I don't just ain't nobody got time to go down to the freezer.
No, baby.
Grab a ice.
No.
I mean, who's doing that?
Do you use the jade, like those rolling
Yeah,
things?
that's what I was talking
I have a
about.
jade roller, but I really like the tool. It's from Shifa Beauty.
Okay.
I can never pronounce how you say it, but it's like one of those gooey sha. Like, oh god, I'm
horrible with
totally
names.
butchering
We
how
would
you
butcher
pronounce it. But it's great. It's wonderful. It actually just doubles as like a neck massager too. Like it just is such a good tool. And I like. There's like a rigid end at the end of it that I'll like if I ever get shin splints, I just like massage my shins with it, and it feels so good. But yeah, with the CBD oil, it's awesome. Like I love taking it like down the back of my neck because this will also help strengthen and tighten. And I'm all about like the neck area. Like always take your skin care to the neck, the décolleté, because you know people skip it. Why are you skipping?
Yes.
this?
And they have a gobble.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, I don't want that either. I have like a baby one. I'm working on it though.
Oh my
We can help that. We can fix it.
Well, baby, if you could just rip it off, child, and just like it's Velcro, that would be the best thing ever. That would be the best thing ever. So when you do your consultations now, I know they're virtual because Ronisha. Walk us through that process.
Oh.
That's COVID, y'all.
Yeah.
Walk us through that process of like what does that consist of? Because I know some people are like afraid to do consultations, especially when they're super sensitive with their skin. So walk us through that process.
Yeah, I want to know all about your lifestyle. I want to know what you're using. I want to know what your schedule looks like, what your day looks like. I want to know what your goals are. I ask a lot of questions. Like I'll ask a lot of personal questions. You know, I try not to like dig too deep, but I do want to get a good sense of like your stress levels. I want to get a good sense of like, is this something that you're going to want to do? Like, is this a good fit for you? Which honestly, it's a great fit for anybody, but not unless you're mentally ready for,
Right.
you know, taking steps to like really better yourself and make yourself feel good. So I always ask a ton of questions. I want to know all about what you're already using. I'm very familiar with most of the brands. So, you know, and if I'm not, I look it up. I want to look at the ingredients, and I'm a big researcher on what you've got going on, and I want to know it's all encompassing. You know, it's not just what you're using every day. It's your lifestyle. It's are you virtual learning with your children right now? Like, are you going through a stressful time at work?
That's stressful.
You know, like how much are you sleeping? Are you drinking water? You know, all of those things play a part into your skin, and we forget that our skin is the largest organ on our body.
Yes.
It is both exposed to the outside world and our inside world. And there's things on the outside and the inside that are affecting it, you know, including your hormones, including your stress. So it's really important for me to get to know you. And so honestly, it's just like a little chat. Like, we just talk. And then after that, I kind of create a custom ritual for you based on what you have. And if I see, like, I'll be straight up. Like, if you're using Cetaphil, I'm going to be like, honey, put that in the trash
I was gonna ask
right
you about
now.
it, 'cause that's one thing.
That's what
I
you
was
use?
using.
Cetaphil is like 7 ingredients and 6 of them are parabens. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they recommend that for like sensitive skin.
Right before, I was using something called like Basics.
yeah, I have a
But
theory.
I haven't seen that.
I have a theory on why they were recommending Cetaphil, because it's always the dermatologist. that
Right,
recommends it.
exactly.
And I feel like that, you know, no offense to dermatologists recommending Cetaphil. I just want to put that
No,
out there.
all offense. All offense.
But I question, you know, is that so that they're keeping a client? Like, because that's not really doing anything for you.
Yes.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
another story.
Yeah.
So, like,
It happens.
Another day.
Baby, they don't want you to cure. They just treat so you can come back because they
It's
want
like,
your money.
They want you to like maintain like the bare minimum and then keep coming back for those major money treatments. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm not about that.
So I had severe acne for the very first time in my life in the middle of the panoramic. And I wasn't really stressed, but because I have PCOS, my hormones were like completely out of control. And I'm much better now. But that was the first time I've actually experienced having bad skin. And growing up, like, I wasn't a pizza face. Like, I didn't go through any of that. So it was traumatizing dealing with adult acne for the very first time as a 30-year-old woman. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I did everything. I mean, at some point I was ready to just put semen on my face because I'm like, there's nothing else. There's nothing else I can do. What else can I do to get my skin better? And I didn't realize hormonally that it really plays a part because I had cystic acne.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that you guys, like, if you guys don't know about it, but
It hurts.
It hurts and you can't just pop it. It's not something that you can, like, right now I have like a little baby zit on my cheek and that's okay. I'm not going to pop it. But if I wanted to, I could get the pus and bacteria out of it. I'm going to let it do its own thing. But cystic acne is like deeply rooted.
It's deep, it's big, it's hard,
It's
it
nasty.
hurts. And it's not, and then what you really want to do immediately as soon as you get like some acne like that is you want to just do all the things. You want to
Yes.
scrub, you want to peel, you want to just
Take
try-
it away, Lord.
Because it's an instinct, you
Yes.
know, that you're
Right.
like, it's there, it needs to come out, but you have to work on calming the inflammation first.
Yes.
And what we do automatically is stimulate it.
Yeah.
Add stimulants. We're like, do. And then also the internal stress where you're
Yes.
like, I'm freaking out about this. This
Yes.
has never happened to me. And like all the things go through your mind, like, I'm going to have acne for the rest of my life.
Yep.
I just got acne. Like, you're just claiming all these new things. And like, so first thing I tell people, calm the F down. Okay. It's going to go away. We talk about diet. You know, sometimes it's a matter of if you've incorporated, like I had a friend who experienced some cystic acne a couple months ago and she was like, you know, freaking out. And I was like, well, you know what? You just started drinking lattes again with that milk, you know,
Baby,
you
cut the dairy.
Yeah. You hadn't been drinking milk for months. And now all of a sudden you're drinking, and she's like,
Cut the
cause I'm getting
dairy,
it on my
folks.
neck, my chest. And I'm like, well, and not everybody has a dairy sensitivity, but that could be a huge factor. Like when you introduce something new onto the inside of your body's going to detox differently. And one of the places that we detox is through our skin.
Yep. That's
So,
very true.
So that, and then hormones, like you said, you had the PCOS, and that was affecting you, and you were, it's like regulating your hormones can really help regulate your skin. So
Absolutely.
First thing I say, stay calm, and like, let's look at all the things that are new. Let's look at all the things that have maybe changed, including lifestyle, including eating habits, water intake, seasonal changes, all of those things. And that's another reason I put the moon cycles on my products, because our skin is on a 28-day cycle, just like the moon.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Yes. So our skin, the cellular turnover happens over the course of 28 days.
Okay.
So the moon has a 28-day cycle, and this is a flow, right? And that's why I want people to understand that it's not where you just zap something and it's magically there or magically gone. There's a reason that the acne came, and it didn't just show up today. It's been coming.
Yeah.
It's been in the works. It's been happening. So it's just a matter of that. It's kind of like when the moon grows, like. It's the things that we're planting in the new moon phases that actually come out in the full moon when we have even more water retention, because our water is affected by the moon cycles as well.
That's powerful.
So it's really powerful. We're so interconnected, and that's, I think, something that was really important for me to show my clients, is to know that how interconnected, like, we're not living in the society that we were living in ancient times.
Oh, hell no.
Really in tune with our bodies and the cycles of the world and the cycles of the moon and the cycles of ourselves. We're just like, we're creating our own stuff at this point. We're just going completely against the grain. And sometimes your body just says, no, like, I'm done. Like, this isn't working for me.
As if.
Yeah. And it's about the flow. So it's like, just as much, just how it comes, it can go as well.
Exactly.
So it's just about getting on your cycle and that's why ritual is so important for me, because when you're in the flow of life and when you're really living in that moment, you're in tune with the world around you. You're in tune with what you're using. You make different choices. You breathe differently. You show up differently. You present yourself differently.
This is so beautiful. I think more, I don't want them to steal your thunder, but I do think that coming from a holistic approach is so much better, because we are connected. Our body is very one with nature, but we don't even look at our bodies as oneness, because we've been conditioned to believe that, if you have a headache, you take Tylenol. If you have a heart problem, take aspirin. We literally conceptualize our body into like different parts and the way, but our body is speaking through us in different ways, and I feel like we just don't understand it. And so there's a huge miscommunication between our bodies and how it shows up for us. And so, like, when we're in pain, people just think that, oh, I just have a headache. And it's like, no, you might actually have like organ problems. Or, if you have a back problem, it's like, oh, well, this is probably connected to your spleen. This might be your liver issue. So I do believe like everyone should really look at more wholeness when it comes to our bodies and stop chopping it up.
But that's also a part of like the Western
absolutely
medicine practice.
That's very
so
true.
Like anything that's I'm sure in your practice or with developing this, you've come across where it's like anything natural, a lot of the ingredients you may use, they may say it's a lot of articles or something out there that says, oh no, this is not good for you for XYZ. Like, that's the problem. Like, I come across too all the time, but that's just in terms of the FDA and all these things.
There's so many motivations.
So you have people who really like feed into and believe the Western standard of medicine. So they'll look at it and say, oh no, that doesn't have this and that, or that's using this and this. So you have to, that's one thing I think as a whole society, that's why we're not so in tune with the natural and paying attention to our bodies. It's like, go to the doctor for this. And like you said, a lot of times those doctors are contracting with the pharmaceutical companies.
Baby, don't get me started.
Right.
I won't be triggered.
So, I mean, that's another topic, but because we're on the top, this is a natural line. So.
And I started there. I started being honestly living in so much fear with everything that was just poisoning us, all of these things. Now I'm realizing so much has to do with your mental state.
Yes.
And your viewpoint on it. Like I love the idea that you can tell your cells what to do. You know, your body has a physical reaction to the thoughts that it thinks and to the visions that it has. So your beliefs affect your physical appearance.
Right, baby.
And that to me was huge. And that was healing for me also, because I was very worried about, I'm living in this world where I'm being poisoned all the time. My children's being poisoned, you know, and it's depressing, and people get really depressed, and there's so much information. And I'm honestly not in the business of convincing people to do something or to understand something, but I want to inspire people and to just maybe even spark a different thought, you know, and to where people can do their own research and kind of dive into it on their own, because it's been a 10-year journey for me. It's been at least a 10-year journey for me with being in the holistic, and it's gone from fear to like very extreme points where I was like super vegan, mostly raw, like doing all these crazy things. Now I'm really living in the moment. Like I'm really living, I'm trying to just embody like my life right now. And like, you know, you always look forward to the future, and great to have goals and to think like, I want to do this, you know, in 5 years, or I have this goal here. But what about right now? Like, how do you feel right now?
In the present. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, if I'm not a millionaire that has, you know, all my own land and growing my own food right now, like I live in Baltimore City,
baby.
I still want to be healthy. I still want to feel good. I still want to enjoy life. I still want to like enjoy my wine and like, you know, cook this beautiful food and feel this amazing skincare on my skin. And, you know, you don't have to have all of your ducks in a row to enjoy where you are in the moment. And I think that's, first of all, huge for people, just in skincare, in holistic living, living in the moment, being appreciative of what you have and your access where you are right now. That's huge, because you're not always going to have all the things that you've like dreamed about having, or like, even me, I don't have perfect skin. People, you know, people comment my skin a lot. That's good. But I mean, I get breakouts just like everybody else, but I know how to heal them, and I know how to flow through them. And when I get a breakout, I don't freak out about it. And guess what? My breakout goes away in like a day.
Exactly.
It's, you know, I'm not giving it that energy.
Exactly.
So
you are what you manifest, and your mindset is your reality. So
absolutely,
you have to create all of that. So I think that's so important that you created that in your business and in your line, because I don't think people think on that scale. I think people just accept what life is and just go in autopilot and like, oh, this is me and woe is me. And it's like, no, baby, you can change that if you wanted to.
It's every choice you make. Like I saw myself too, like I was just kind of like free falling and not like choosing, but you're manifesting every day.
Every single day.
You choose it, you know, even if you didn't choose it, that was a choice.
Yes.
Not making a choice is a
was
choice.
a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one question before we move.
Go ahead.
Back to speaking of breakouts.
Yeah.
So, you know, people say we've had the breakout. Like, if you can see me, I have like dark spots here and here.
Same.
Would you say that your products are good, or which product, or is it a system that you would recommend?
So it can definitely be a compilation, but you can still get really good results without having like the 6 steps. So it always starts for me with the cleanse. Okay. That's one of the biggest things. Getting a good cleanser for me, that's my number one for skincare, because first of all, you're going to not be able to heal your acne or your, you know, the spots that you're getting from the acne if you continuously get acne all the time, or if it's like big painful acne that's just always leaving scars. So getting a good cleanser, washing your face every morning, every night, because in the morning time, you're washing off what happened at night. Your cellular turnover is happening at night. So you want you're sweating, your cells are shedding, wash that off in the morning. Even if you don't feel like, oh, I took a shower, I'm like clean, I'm good to go, you know, no, wash it off in the morning, because you are rejuvenating at night. Your cells are shedding. You are constantly recreating yourself, you know? So it's like, what happens with the old stuff? It's sitting there. You don't want to reabsorb it. And then at nighttime, even if you're not wearing like a makeup wearer, you want to wash the day off. Everything that your skin is breathing in is in your pores. So give your cellular turnover, you know, the best possible situation to heal and to rejuvenate. That's going to really save so much time, effort, money, all of that. The cleanser also, like I said, it has the blue tansy, it has the black cumin seed oil, it has the charcoal. It's all encompassing. I wanted something that was like, you get that squeaky clean feeling, but you also feel anti-aging. You also feel hydrated. You also feel like it's healing, you know? So the aloe vera, it's calming, it's soothing. And then every time you do, so for example, if you do a detox, right? If you do a juice detox or a water fast or something, right? You're never going to not feed yourself again. Like, why would we wash our face and not moisturize?
Exactly.
You
That's
know?
important. Yeah.
Give it the hydration. If you're not giving yourself the hydration, then your brain is going to tell your skin, I'm dry. So start producing these oils. Start producing oils because I'm dry, girl. Like, I need something.
Baby, we don't want you dry.
No. But then you get that oily but dehydrated.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Feel. And that's when you get that rough, patchy skin.
Yeah.
And you're still an
I've been
oil
the victim
slick.
of that
We've all been the
before,
victim.
Yeah.
Believe me, we've all been the victim of that. It's not cute.
No.
I used to be really, really oily. Now I don't even set my makeup. Like, I get a little dew, but I don't mind it anymore. But I don't even use a powder on my face anymore because
Really?
no, I don't use any powder on my face anymore. And I am an oily skin type, but I hydrate the crap out of my skin.
Yeah.
Like, I give it everything it needs to be balanced.
See, and I think a lot of people think the opposite. Like, if you have oily skin, that you don't need to hydrate as much because you're producing all of that oil. But you can still produce that oil and still be fully hydrated.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I love the morning dew, because it's completely oil free. If you don't need any additional oils in your regimen, then, you know, grab the morning dew.
I can still smell it, y'all.
Yeah.
We can still smell it, and I'm still like glistening. Right
Yeah,
now.
seriously.
Yeah, the morning
it's
dew
not
leaves like a glowy filter on your
Right.
skin.
Yeah.
But it's not like oily.
I love that one.
Which product would you recommend for hyperpigmentation? Because that's just the scarring.
Yeah, scarring, definitely Refine. Refine is awesome. It has, first of all, it has a coffee bean extract in it, so it helps with the circulation and the cellular turnover. It helps kind of like stimulate that. It also really tightens the skin, which is really nice. It has the black cumin seed, and it also has the blue tansy. It has the aloe. It has the reishi. You're getting like everything in Refine. Refine, I love the feeling of it because it has this like instant tightening, like lifting and firming, and it's safe for the eyes.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is your eye and face serum.
Okay.
I do 2 pumps.
Okay.
And that's good enough for my eyes, face, neck, and décolleté.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know how long you see results? I mean, results may vary. That's what they say in the commercials. But
So I'm going to show you a 28-day result. Because usually I say 28 days, just that's when your cellular turnover is happening. That's when you're going to see like if this is working for you or not. So I always
tell
say,
one of my friends that.
yeah, give
She's
yourself a
quick
month.
to like 1 day or 2 days, like, oh, this isn't working.
baby, I don't know what that's supposed to do.
No. So here's some really great results with, like for example, like hyperpigmentation and just like smoothing skin. That one's like more of like this is a really good representation. This is a 28-day.
Baby, because that's how I looked in the middle of the panoramic.
Yeah.
And I was like and like you said, I was freaking out.
Yeah, and that makes it worse.
Yeah,
it
I
makes
know.
it worse.
I just wasn't I wasn't used to it. I'm like, I don't want to live like this.
Nobody wants to live like that.
This is amazing.
Like, we want good skin, thick brows, thick lashes. Like, that's all. That to me, that's like beauty. You know, just having that like. Those two, I don't want to have to wear makeup as an older person, you know, or like even now I want to be able to just like, you know, put a little brow gel on and keep it moving
And get a good lip pop in and call it.
Yeah,
call
that's
it a day.
me.
Yeah,
It's like I just want to go out. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't have
put
to.
too much
And I felt the
on.
need to like cake on because I was so insecure about my skin. But you know, I like in conjunction with that, I'm also making it worse because I am wearing the makeup.
yeah.
So it was like it was a terrible cycle. But I'm much better now.
Yeah, your skin looks great.
Thank you. But yeah, it was a process. It took almost like a year to really.
Yeah.
But I had to stabilize my hormones first. I had a lot of estrogen in the body. And for those who don't know, like estrogen it relates, especially with women, when you have like terrible acne. So normally, like if you have like acne like on your jawline, especially cystic acne, it has a lot to do with like your gut health. So a lot of times you want to get like probiotics and things of that nature to kind of like help stabilize and like get some of the like. A lot of us have like metals and toxins in our body. And we need to be able to like detox that. That's why detoxes are so important. Because I don't think people realize like how much metals and things are in our bodies, and that's like causing so many imbalances. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really awesome. But I do encourage people, like if you are suffering from acne like I did, I would definitely recommend like what is your hormone level like first,
Mm-hmm.
because you can put everything on your face in the world and it can help to a certain extent, but internally you really do need to find balance with that, and that's so important.
Yeah, it's all encompassing, and like I always say, we're fractal beings. We're not linear.
No,
there's not one thing that's going to be like a one size fits all or like a fix it situation, you know. And if you find that, it just might have been the one thing that you were lacking, you know. But it's not going to be like that for everybody. It's so important to look at the inside, what's going on in the inside of your body, just as much as what you're putting on the outside. And back to your, you were talking about how you were wearing makeup, because I do want to touch on this. When you're suffering from acne, of course, you're going to want to cover it up. I always advise, if you have a good, a good skincare ritual, of course, but a primer, good primers, that will help. What a good primer will do is it will protect your skin. So your primer is what your makeup sits on. Your makeup's not sitting on your skin. Your makeup is sitting on the primer. Right? So you're not really fully absorbing, because your skin is an organ. It's eating it. It's absorbing everything. So you want it to absorb the skincare, but a good primer is going to just kind of like lay a veil on the skin and then kind of protect you from that. So I actually love the Hourglass primer, the Hourglass mineral primer.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I only tried it once. I never use primer. I kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm a concealer girl, and I just throw some concealer girl.
Yeah, primer because your skin, a little bit of this one has like a little bit of the like the silicone in it, and that's fine if you're putting a little bit of it on, because if everything else underneath is like feeding your skin, the silicone is the thing. It's like, yes, it clogs your pores because it's not going into your skin. It's not, and if you wash that off at night, you're good. Like, girl, you're good. Like, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, just wash it. Just take it off. Just don't sleep with it on. But it really helps.
So, back to the makeup question. Before we put on the primer, what is your like skincare routine before you put on makeup?
I do my full ritual. I cleanse. I do my spray toner. I do the Essence Soften. I actually mix Morning Dew and Refine together. I use both of them. And then I do, a lot of times I'll skip my oil just because I don't really need a lot of oil, but then I'll just lock everything in with Glow. At nighttime, I usually do the oil just because for me, the oil is like the supplement, right? Like, this is like the full meal. This is like your vitamin.
Okay.
You know, you only need like a couple drops of that, like 1 to 2 drops tops, and you just press that in. I usually do that at night when I just need like a little extra, like, vitamins, all kinds of just little supplemental type things that are going to help me heal overnight. But if I'm wearing makeup, I usually don't put the oil on. But I just lock everything in with Glow. But that's what I do every single time. Even if I'm wearing makeup, it doesn't matter to me, because once I have my skin is fully hydrated, it's plump, it's dewy, it's got everything it needs, and the makeup sits on it so much better. And I'm actually a makeup artist, and I will not do your makeup until I skin prep you.
Okay.
Come on, sis. Yes. Yes, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Last question for you. Can you name some ingredients with other brands that lie and say that they're natural, but they're actually not?
Do you want me to call brands out?
Yes,
Either
honey.
brands, or if you want to not do that, just the ingredients.
Baby, she got her own product. Fuck them.
So,
or even if it's just the ingredients that people might not know, like chemically, like you might see something. I can't even think of it right now, but let's just say you see this long word.
I was going to say, most of them you can't really pronounce.
Right, but then you see the bottle and it says like all natural.
I'll say there's a brand that I really hate on.
What's the brand?
Oh, God. So, Kiehl's. Everyone thinks Kiehl's. I know, I just shattered some hearts out there, right?
I was just about to.
You know, that was a Christmas gift
Oh, really?
from Mom.
No, because everyone swears by it.
Everyone
that's a
swears
body
by
wash,
it.
though.
Everyone swears by it. And you know what? If you flip that bottle over and you read the ingredients, like there's a couple of products that are just like totally marketed like, oh, this is aloe, turmeric.
Right, exactly.
That's what
Flip that
exactly
bottle
what it
over. You will find that the aloe is the last ingredient.
Says the least, right?
When you look at the ingredients list, whatever is in the first portion of that ingredients, that's what has the most. That's the most. So a lot of it's going to be water because it's, obviously you have to have carriers and things like that. But just keep reading, because if it's like all these chemicals in the beginning, and then at the very end, there's like a pinch of turmeric in there. Honey, I mean, you don't need much turmeric, don't get me wrong.
Right.
There are natural ingredients are highly concentrated. So it's just all about like I love to educate people. I love to bring knowledge because it's very empowering, and it also helps you not judge.
Right.
And I try not to judge other brands, but like that's definitely one brand that really drove me crazy because I was like, wow, everyone thinks that this is so natural, but my thing is I go straight to the bottle. I go straight to the ingredients list. And that one was just like,
nah. And people swear by it. That's the craziest thing. Like, people highly recommend that and say that it's all natural product.
But think about it. Remember, we're talking about the mental part of it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
what you believe, your body has a physical reaction to. Okay, so that's why it's so important for me to encompass that portion of it too, because, okay, you could honestly have like a shitty product and you can believe that it's doing something for you.
The placebo effect is real.
It's real. It might give you that mediocre, effect. It might give you that maintenance, So why not give yourself the best of the best and also encompass what you believe about
like
it.
Reilo and Seed.
Reilo and Seed, baby.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've learned a lot today. Like,
Definitely.
You should have been teaching chemistry or something. I mean, because holistically, we just don't know. And I just think that we're so used to be commercially fed with those targeted words. So they're like legally within their right to say the right thing. But the way we internalize it, we're like, oh, it's all natural.
Right.
Oh, it's healthy. And that's actually not the case. And so I'm really excited to see, especially someone who lives in Baltimore, who's local, who's really creating a space for people to not only have great skincare, but care about their mental health, about their well-being, because all of that plays a major part in everything that we do, not even just with skincare, but just life in general. So please give us the website and how they can contact you, because, baby, you need to get an order. Like, who's listening to this, order it. Do you ship internationally?
So I'm working on that. Working on that. It's not available to my website, but if you're an international client and you email me, I will send it to you internationally. That's something I will. The only restriction I have is CBD, so that's a little tough. But that's why I don't have it available on my website. But if you email me, I got you.
Email her. Okay, what's the email address? What's the website?
Website, ReiloandSeed.com. My email address is ReiloandSeed@gmail.com. And I will totally give you some BLT discount codes if y'all want.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do BLT 10, and we'll just do a 10% off on any order that
I will definitely recommend it. Like I said, I love the regimen that I have. I'm actually going to do a consultation probably this week. But I love the way it makes me feel. I do feel calm. Even just the product she brought in today, like that morning dew, like smelling that, like it really brought peace. And it was just on my hand, y'all. You know? And that's different, because when you wash your face, you're like, oh, I'm just washing up and I'm just going. And so now it's just like one of those things where, like, I can feel it. I feel whole. I feel peace. I feel love.
Yeah.
You
feel love?
I felt love.
Yes.
I felt love in that bottle. Yeah, I definitely felt love in that bottle.
That was the love I put in it.
Yes,
that was the
honey.
extra ingredient. It's not on the ingredients list, but I put it in there.
Carissa's love, y'all.
Yes.
It's bottled up in all her
Get
products.
It, y'all. It's really good, and I must say, for me with the sensitive skin, I definitely want to try it. So.
I can't wait.
Yes, and please use your code, your BLT10.
BLT10.
Yes. So for our astery for this week, Cadence asked that she asked me, and she said she likes this guy, but she's afraid of making the first move, and she wants to know how she can make the first move instead, or make him make the first move instead. Baby, you can't make people do what the hell they don't want to do. And you know men are dumb. So leaving breadcrumbs, some people can pick them up, and some people just think you leaving trash behind. So guess what you going to do, honey? You want to shoot your shot.
I was about to say, she might as well shoot her shot.
You might as well shoot your shot. I mean, and he might like you, he might not. Baby, what's for you will never pass you. So just shoot your shot. And if he likes you, he'll respond. And some men actually like women like that, who have the balls to just say, like, hey, like, I like you, let's go grab coffee. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. It's like, hey, I would love to get to know you better. Do you have some time to, like, grab a coffee with me? Very simple.
Right.
I don't know what you can do now in the middle of this panoramic, but you know, hey, can I FaceTime you, or let's do like a quick Zoom call, or we can watch Netflix together because they have that sharing thing that you can do now. But baby, get creative. But you making him talk to you, oh honey, that is not going to work unless you ask him to talk to you. That is the only way that's going to work. So Cadence, step your game up, sis. Like, I know we've been conditioned, because even with me, I have a hard time, like, if I like a guy, I get nervous, and I'm like, okay, I want to talk to this person. Now I'm just like, baby, if you like me, you like me, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Rejection is a part of life. You're going to grow up one day.
Rejection is God's redirection.
Come on, baby. Come through. Come through with the word. So, Cadence, shoot your shot, sis, because I'm not playing with you. I don't even know who you are, but, baby, I'm not playing with you. Just go ahead and do it. So for our words of wisdom this week is, I had to make my own living and my own opportunity, but I made it. Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. And that is by the first millionaire, black millionaire, Madam C.J. Walker. Because, baby, the opportunities are not going to come. Sometimes you will have to make them. Stop trying to request a seat at the table and make your own.
Yep.
Exactly.
Build it brick by brick if you have to, and then you create the space that you want, and you create your community.
Yeah.
You know, stop trying to fit in places you don't belong. God told you to stand out, honey. You know, and if you always trying to seek validation for stuff, you might end up getting the wrong validation, and you are going to be in a path of destruction. So, baby, just go ahead and do the work and show up for yourself.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that as we drink this champagne. But thank you so much, guys, for joining us this week. Please, please, please get these products. If you don't already have a skin ritual, I'm telling you, I am a witness of this. You will definitely love this product. And she's a beautiful human being, and I love you. And please come to the show anytime.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you so much.
Yes. And thank you guys for joining us.
Bye.